So, so lighting's probably crazy. Hair's a mess. Doesn't matter. So I feel like a lot of the questions I get asked when it comes to the travel videos I posted are about Italy. A lot of people have questions about Italy. How do you do transportation? Where do you stay? What city do you do first? In what order? So I figured why not just take you guys through the entire 2.5 week trip we did, kind of answer any questions you might have. Because I know a lot of people ask me questions about the Italy videos. I get a lot of DMs about, oh, did you like this city or did you stay here? I figure why not just do the whole thing in one go and kind of take you guys through the entire route, kind of show where we stayed, what we did, some kind of like other videos that I've never posted before, and just, take you through it with me and hopefully answer any of the questions you have. All right, so let's do it. All right, let's just get right into it. So first, of course, you have to fly to Italy. So we flew into Milan. This was the hotel we stayed at for the night. It was pretty nice. Nice part of the town. I feel like it always rains every time we fly in somewhere. What was I doing here? Who knows? Was I enjoying the view? Was I exhausted from the flight? Probably both. But it was nice. I actually would stay there again. And then we walked around a little bit. I love seeing this. I wish we had places like this close to where I lived. In America. So nice. And then we went to the famous restaurant, which is here. Had pasta, of course. You're in Italy, you have to. It was good. I mean, it was very busy. And then, of course, we went here, which is the iconic plaza. Tons of people here. It was so busy. And then, of course, right next to it, we had to go to get gelato. And this ended up being my favorite place, Greve. 10 out of 10. Walked around a little bit more, did a little bit more sightseeing. Mind you, still exhausted. This is the train station of Milan. It is huge. And then just like that, the next morning we were ready to leave to go to Venice. And look how crazy this train station is. It is massive. All right, now on our way to Venice, we actually did not fly. We took a train. Here's footage from that train ride. Beautiful train ride. I think it was a couple hours. And then walking into Venice, we walked for a few minutes and then this was our hotel. Nice hotel. Of course, had to get food. The best pizza flatbreads ever. Yo, watch this clip of this bird. This bird almost took my head off. No, I'm just kidding. But watch the wing of the bird. I slowed this down so you can see it. I literally felt the wind and I was cracking up. That bird almost slapped me in the head. But then I made a new best friend, so it was all good. Look how cool this guy looks with the Italian flag behind him. My new BFF. Oh, and this was funny too. I was laughing because this pigeon came in to get away from the people, and then when they left, he was like, okay, I can walk back out. Like, he came in to hide from them. And then when they left, he's like, all right, let me go about my day. I was cracking up. I don't know what it is with the birds in Venice, but they were hilarious. This is actually the most beautiful grocery store I've ever seen in my life. And I think a lot of people visited for that. But Venice was exactly as you would expect. Beautiful, tons of architecture. It's just as pretty as you think it would be. I mean, it was just like a storybook, like a movie. Everywhere you walk, the canals, it was just to die for. It was beautiful. We did not do one of those rides. I feel like they were a little crazy. Like $100 is, I mean, it's just water. But yeah, let's just go back and appreciate how beautiful Venice was. I actually, you know what? I would actually go back to Venice. I think I would like to go back for longer than a night. I would stay a few more days in Venice, actually. It was just really peaceful. I liked it. And then we went to this restaurant the next day. Really good food. That was like a gnocchi. And then the sunset. Yeah, Venice was stunning. It was amazing. This is an inside joke, this clip. And it's it's still hilarious. All right, and then the next morning we went to Florence, arguably my favorite city in the world. This hotel was great. I believe this was Galileo. quick note, some hotels do not have elevators, so just be mindful of that when you're lugging around all this luggage. Anyway, this was the hotel we stayed at. But yeah, a lot of the hotels are older, and you may be lugging your luggage up 3-4 flights of stairs, so travel as light as you can. Because also when you're going train station to train station, stay close to the station. Oh, this was a cooking class we did. This chef was phenomenal. He was so funny. They had all the ingredients laid out for us, and then we went to it was like a pasta making class, and then we also made our own like ravioli and ricotta cheese. I just remember having so much fun doing this. They gave us free wine. It was just fun. Like, it was nice to talk to all different kind of people, and there ended up being people in my class from my same city, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I just remember having so much fun with this and just talking with everybody. It was fun. It was a nice social kind of situation. Beautiful room. The food was amazing. Florence, 10 out of 10, my favorite place. And of course, I had to stop at Greve again because I have problems. But yeah, beautiful church. This was like 9 p.m. It was packed, but it was nice. I love this city. Ever since I left this city, I've been talking about going back. I can't wait to go back. And yeah, the pasta, gelato, and sandwiches I also ate, which we don't need to talk about, phenomenal. But yeah, I cannot wait to go back to the city. Then after one night, we left Florence and actually took an Uber to Chianti. Now this place was like the bougie splurge. So this was us in the Uber on the way there. This place was phenomenal. So this is the name of it right here. It's a castle in the middle of Tuscany to die for. I mean, the entirety of all of these clips and pictures of this view is just insane. And then, yeah, I don't know what that was. Get out of there. It was just one of those moments where wherever you took video or photos, they came out nice. Like, no matter what it was so quiet, so peaceful. We only stayed here one night. I honestly could have stayed here for a week. It was just the most relaxing place to be. Like, even though we were only 40 minutes outside of Florence, you felt like you were in the middle of nowhere, and it was so quiet. I mean, I felt like I was in like a storybook from the 1900s. It was insane. And the castle was beautiful. Like, a lot of people get married here. It was a beautiful place. I would go here again in a heartbeat. It was a little bit more expensive because we opted for like the big suite, because I was like, you know what, we're here one night, let's just enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, these views are incredible. Oh, and a lot of people actually asked me, I don't know what I was doing here either. I think I was hyper this day. Like, what is that? What am I doing? Anyway. Yeah, this view, 5 stars. So cheesy. A lot of people ask me about the door, this door here. That's the same door that's in the background of my profile photos on all my social media. This is where it came from. So it came from this castle. That's where the door is from. The door has become like infamous now. This was the next morning before leaving. I mean, it was like, there's no words to describe a place like this. It was just the most beautiful thing you could ever see. Beyond grateful that I had the time and the opportunity to go here and stay here, and the people that run the castle are just so kind. It was just a great experience. I would love to go back one day. Now, this is us Ubering back to Florence for one more night, and I'm glad we had another night to stay. We stayed here. This was a really cool hotel also. Yeah, the nature in Florence. I mean, I'm serious, guys. Like, this city is my absolute favorite in the entire country. I would go back to Italy just to go back there. This was a food hall that we found, and we had some amazing truffle food. Yeah, I mean, the views were just insane. We were glad we got to go back for one more day. And then I had this idea to take this hike up here, which apparently is this place where everybody watches the sunset. Did not regret it at all. Amazing views. It was so busy too. There were so many people there. And I celebrated with a drink. Why not? Then we took a train to actually Salerno station on the Amalfi coast. Transportation's a little tricky here, but this hotel was insane. This is it. The family that runs this hotel, probably the nicest family I've ever met in my entire life. One of the brothers cooked us breakfast every single morning. This was part of the buffet up there, yeah. I mean, just a phenomenal week there. Here's a map of the Amalfi Coast. We actually stayed in Praiano, which is right next to Positano, and it was a lot more quiet, which I liked. This restaurant, also, we ate at every day. You'll see that in a second. This is Positano. We went here the second day. And it was very easy. We took water taxis everywhere from where our hotel was because they had direct access to a beach and the charter company, which I'll show you guys in a second. These were the water taxis. We took them everywhere. It was so efficient. This is the restaurant we ate at every single night, to the point where the staff is like, "Oh, you're back." They recognized us. The best restaurant I've ever eaten at, probably in my life, not even being dramatic. I loved this restaurant. The bar was in a cave. It was really cool. This is Positano again. We did pass it all the time on the water taxis because we were right next to it. Some of the amazing views just riding by. Here's the name of the charter company that we used to take boats and the water taxis everywhere. They were phenomenal. They had a booth right next to our hotel at the beach. Super efficient, really nice people every time. Obviously you cannot walk or drive, so you need to get water taxi. This is where we had breakfast every morning at 6 a.m. at the hotel. Good memories. And when I tell you the food that I ate on the Amalfi Coast was some of the best food I've ever eaten in my life. Hands down. Now the next day it was time to wake up and go to Capri, or Americans would say Capri. So we got on the boat with the same company, and Capri was a dream. We ended up going back there twice. We went this first day here that you're seeing, and it was almost like unbelievable. Like you're seeing these rocks in the water, and you're seeing the water, and you're like, this isn't real. Even though it's right in front of your face, and you're sitting right in front of it, you're like, this isn't real, it's fake. It looks so surreal. And even though you're there and it's physically in front of you, it's like, you can't comprehend it. Like, look at this. This looks fake. I took this video. This is no filter, no editing, no nothing. This is literally live video. I mean, this island was hands down one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my entire life. I just remember being like in awe over this place, to the point where we ended up going back again, just to be able to see it again. I mean, this was one of the beaches that we walked to on the other side of the island. I mean, phenomenal. That water was a paid actor. This is the beach. If you want to go here, this is the name of it. I mean, there's just no other way to describe this place other than like sheer perfection. It was perfect. Nothing about this island I could have changed. I was so happy to be there, and I did not want to leave at all. Maybe next time I'll stay on the island. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'll just let you guys take these. Oh, of course, making friends wherever I go. She was actually from the place where my dad grew up, which is kind of crazy. And you know me, like, I have limoncello in my hand and I'm social butterfly. That limoncello was really good though. That was the first time I ever had it. This is the beach right next to our hotel, right here, that had the little booth for that charter company and other kind of tour guides and stuff. Really easy access to the water taxis and stuff. And then just like that, our time in Amalfi Coast was over, and then it was time for a week in Rome. So here we go with the history. We stayed in an area next to this building, right here, which ended up working out because there was a walk to the bakery, which you're going to see in a second. I ate at this bakery every morning for breakfast. That's the bakery. And here it is right here. I'm obsessed with this place. I think about the croissants at this place all the time. They had like hazelnut and white chocolate filled croissant. I mean, insane. Of course, we got to see the Colosseum the next day, which was, I didn't expect it to feel as history intense as it did. Like being in this place is like iconic. Like you can feel the history and the energy in this building. This is one of the windows out that people see from the outside. And then we did the whole Vatican thing. We could not go into the other building because the popes were having their meeting, because the pope had just passed away like 2 days before, um, which is crazy. We were in Italy when the pope passed. It was kind of all over the news, but the Vatican was just beyond beautiful. Like the ceilings just never seemed to end. It was just hallway after ceiling after art piece. Like the ceilings just went on and on and on. I wanted to give you guys a second to just chill out and look at the views. And then we went to the St. Peter's Basilica. We did the whole thing. I mean, insane also. I remember FaceTiming my mom, like, look how crazy this looks. And again, it was so busy. They were in the middle of conclave, so we would see them like sneaking off into a little tunnel in their like red outfits, trying to figure out who the new pope was going to be. Kind of iconic, actually. Yeah, this was just like, videos don't do this any justice. Seeing this in person with your eyes, it's just beyond. And then of course the next day we had to go to the Trevi Fountain. We ended up walking by it I think a couple times. Thankfully this is before they have the whole like gate where you have to pay like €1 or €2 or whatever. This was last year, so we didn't have to do any of that. And then we flew back to Milan and stayed here for one night as our last night in Italy. But I was super excited to be able to go to this spa that I'd heard good things about. Here's the name. And I know they have locations all over Italy, and after going to this one, I would definitely go to another one. That thing smelled so good. This place was just, after a crazy 2 weeks, it was really peaceful to be able to chill out. I was fully knocked out here, like literally knocked out. They had music playing. The ambiance was insane. I was fully like out. After a crazy 2.5 weeks, ending here was just super peaceful. Like we had tea, and it was just like this whole wellness. All right, crazy hair. It was like this whole wellness experience that was just really cool, and this place was beautiful. This was the butterfly room, iconic. The whole room is literally covered in butterflies. It's almost like you're in a mental hospital for a split second if you don't focus. Oh goodness, but it was so peaceful. I mean, they have like 30 different rooms of like all different types. There's like the iconic thunderstorm room, which you're gonna see in a second. I was just so happy to be there and relax on my last day. I was like, do we have to leave? They have like all different kind of saunas, jacuzzis, all kind of stuff. More of the butterfly room. That's the window I was sitting at just a second ago. More of the butterfly room. And this room connected to like other rooms. There's like secret hallways and rooms in this place, so it's like a full maze of health and wellness. Look how much I got, so much sun on the Amalfi coast. Here is the iconic thunderstorm room, which I had to go. I'd seen this all over TikTok and Instagram. It literally, you're in a thunderstorm in this room, and it's like so cool. Such a cool place. Oh, okay. Excuse me, hairy chest. Yeah, it was so cool. And then, just like that, we were on our way home. Now, I do want to say, this trip honestly changed the course of my life. It was my first international trip. I would not trade this trip for the world. So please take this trip. If you have not been to Italy, please go. We went top of the country to the bottom, back up. Do it however you want. This trip was so good.